Yo guys, what's up? This is a video we all need to watch. It's about Blizzard and it has a very important message. This is a video by The Act Man. Diablo 4 somehow got worse and so did Blizzard. Now I played Diablo 4 a couple of times and I had a pretty okay experience. I did my own review and I gave it a 7 out of 10, but I didn't get to the late game. And so a lot of these mechanics of how the game works were news to me. And of course I do have a formed opinion on Blizzard because of how they handled Reforged, StarCraft 2 and Heroes of the Storm. But I think this is an important watch for all of us, so let's go ahead and watch it.
God, we built you. What a blessing for the community. Do you understand that it is actually statistically harder for a team to be this consistently bad than it is for them to occasionally accidentally be good? The probability is staggering. Do you have any idea how low our expectations are?
It's nice editing.
You are a factory of sadness!
So, are you willing to admit I was right about Diablo 4? I accept your apology. I tried to tell you guys. I tried to warn you.
I warned you. I warned you.
But did you listen to me? Oh, well, most of you did, but some of you didn't. Some of you held on to hope. You poor fools. I was eager to see what Blizzard had planned for Season 1 and how this new season would go over with fans who were still playing the game. What I didn't expect is that Diablo 4 would get worse with the new season update. It would actually get so bad to the point where diehard fans who were defending it before the season have now completely given up on the game. What on God's green earth could have possibly occurred to sway sentiment so radically? But that's what we're gonna find out today. Let's run through some of the dumb, scummy, shady, backwards-ass
Diablo 4 Season 1 Battle Pass doesn't include enough currency to buy anything from the store or the next Battle Pass. Oh, that's so...
design decisions Blizzard has made with Diablo 4. This isn't for the faint of heart, guys. Because
okay, I think this is good to watch because you need to find out, is it stupid or is it malicious? I find that when people or companies do shitty things, it's very important to find out, is it stupid, Precious? Or is it malicious? And if it is malicious, it's better for you to know. And if you can prove it, it's better to know it as well.
Because things are much worse than we could have possibly imagined. Whoopi Goldberg has demanded a refund for Blizzard because Diablo 4 cannot be played on Mac.
About my favorite game, Diablo. And suddenly now Diablo 4 is not available to me on my Apple computer.
I think it's really cool when we see Hollywood celebrities play games like Henry Cavill and stuff. And I didn't know that she would be talking about Diablo even. Whoopi Goldberg, yeah, I think she's cool. I didn't know that she plays it. Unless that was some kind of ad. Was it? But at the same time, what I think is not cool is to try to play games on Apple. I mean, you deserve everything you get then, no?
Justice cannot be allowed.
Give me my Apple 4, because I paid for it. I was all excited for it. I went to play on it, and I'm telling you, this really pissed me off. Tell me next time, say we're done on Apple, but let me have the 4.
She has the age excuse? Yeah. Wow. But also, yeah, okay.
Let me play on the 4, because you made me so excited for it.
We are truly living in the worst timeline. Anyways, let's get on to the real stuff. As we all know, every game these days needs a battle pass, otherwise it's trash, garbage, nobody's ever gonna play it. So naturally, Diablo 4 has one. This alone might make it a masterpiece in many people's eyes. However, in most games with battle passes, you expect to earn enough currency in that battle pass to purchase the next one. It's kind of a nice reward for players who don't spend money but invest the time so that they can get the premium rewards in the next pass.
I'm also not familiar with getting currency from battle passes. I guess I haven't played that many games with a battle pass. I thought that you get aesthetics, rewards, skins, guns. Sometimes you get paid to win stuff. But I didn't know you get currency that you can then spend on things. But apparently the Blizzard battle pass trajectory, you earn nothing.
Or, you know, you can use the currency to buy specific items, skins, emotes, whatever. They have crafted what is quite possibly the scummiest, dirtiest battle pass ever. If you complete the Season 1 pass, you earn 666 Diablo fun bucks. Ha! I see what you did there. 666. Ooh, that's so cute. Except you can't purchase fucking anything with 666 coins.
Not enough to buy a single item in the store. It's the one time we wish Blizzard didn't go with the 666 joke. Oh my god.
In Diablo 4. Man, you guys should really hire a fucking 4th grade math student, because your math is awful. This, of course, is the same scummy tactic Microsoft used to use with Xbox points before they ditched that concept in 2013. A decade old. Yes, it is that outdated. What Blizzard is doing right now. They create a currency, they create that currency's value, and then they make a fucked up conversion rate so you never have exactly as many points as the thing you want to purchase. That is by design. So you will always feel the need to purchase more points. But Blizzard...
Yeah. Then you're not really making a game anymore. You're just playing with people's weakness in psychology. And while everyone is personally responsible for their own triggers and their own discipline and so on, it still works, or they wouldn't do it, or at least it works for now and hopefully not forever as people get more educated. But I guess you can't educate everyone. And yeah, there's a lot of psychological triggers and traps and lures to get you reeled in on things that otherwise you wouldn't be paying the real price for. I saw someone say, Asmongold. Asmongold was saying, I think virtual currency should be banned. No more virtual currency. I think it's true, actually. It's crazy that it's still allowed. Why not just have your dollars inside the game? And that's how it is in Dota 2. That's, even though Dota 2 sometimes, Dota 2, the original founder of Battle Passes, and even though they've had their own, version of free-to-play, let's say, baits or lures with the chests and the keys and so on, at the very least, when I put in money into the Steam shop, into Dota, I see the euro count on my account. Not some kind of magical Jubu bubbles. $7 for 620 Jubu bubbles that you can then exchange for 533 silver trinkets that you can then exchange for 312 malignant bubbles, etc., which is just, it's scammy. It does not feel good.
Blizzard took it a step further than that. Oh boy, they had been thinking months and seasons ahead with how fucking scummy this is. As one Reddit user points out, if you try to use coins to only buy battle passes, look at this math. With a price of 1,000 coins per battle pass, getting 666 coins means that on your second pass, you'll have 1,332. Great, you can get a battle pass and have 332 coins left over. However, on the Season 3 pass, getting 666 coins means you will have 998, exactly too short of getting another battle pass. This is wild to me because even in Call of Duty, they give you enough credits in the battle pass to buy the next one. Somehow, the battle pass gets worse though, because if you purchase the Ultimate or Deluxe edition of D4, well, it's safe to say you're probably a hardcore fan. You deserve a nice reward for spending that little extra bit of money. So they gave players a premium battle pass, one that Blizzard themselves said could be redeemed for any season.
I like that the Actman does his research and stuff, like he gets the source material for it. Sometimes I remember what companies said or what people said, but like he puts the effort to make this video and find the references and the memes and stuff. So it's quite entertaining to watch, even as you're learning about what is happening, what the company is doing. And I'm assuming he's going to answer, is it malice or is it stupidity?
Maybe you don't like the current season gimmick of Malignant Hearts and all that. Oh, that's fine. You can redeem the pass later. However, if you scroll to the seasonal page, it will highlight the Activate Premium Pass option. So if you hit A by accident, oops.
Let's see if it counted. No!
What?
No!
They crashed.
Bro, if that thing activated...
Did you make it crash, or did the game actually just crash?
The game actually just crashed. I hope it crashed,
well,
and it didn't activate it.
They're not called benevolent hearts. They're malignant hearts.
Like, if that's a one-click activation, fuck you, dude. Fuck you!
They ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it.
You've just redeemed the battle pass. Oh boy, that's so unfortunate. Oh, what a bad stroke of luck you just had. Tee-hee. Looks like Blizzard just made a little fucky wucky with the battle pass in the...
Yeah, a common mistake, right? It's just a mistake. They forgot to put the prompt window in. They accidentally had to activate it, but surely you can refund it.
UI? Isn't that so cute? Yeah, it's cute how fucking desperate you are for people to keep playing this game. You have to resort to using dark patterns. Are you fucking kidding me?
What the fuck's wrong with you?
How do your business practices continue to get more scummy? How do you get worse over time? What is a dark pattern? A dark pattern is a UI that is specifically crafted to trick users into...
Oh shit! Dungeon Keeper! Dungeon Keeper was one of the most badass. You play as a malicious, evil dungeon master. You've got imps that are your workers. You slap and hurt them to make them work faster. You can slap your army to make them fight harder. But if you slap them too much, they revolt. They may leave your dungeon. It was such a cool game, such a dark fantasy game, Dungeon Keeper 1 and 2. They were so good. A cult classic, truly. And it's still fun now. It is payday. A creature is unhappy because it has no lair. It was cool. And then they made a mobile game or something with fatigue timers. With fatigue timers. Occasionally, tasks may test your patience, but who says money can't buy time? I have quite the polarizing solution to make that timer disappear. They were so in your face about it as well. Disgusting. Yeah, I remember how much people hated this. You see that 4-second timer here already? It's to puke for.
Redeeming things, purchasing things that they otherwise wouldn't have, right? It's a UI without safeguards. When you click log out of RuneScape, it takes 2 clicks instead of 1, so you don't do that by mistake. This is the most basic fucking concept when it comes to user interface design, but it's surprisingly missing in this game.
Weird.
You know, Epic Games used a dark pattern in Fortnite that they ended up having to pay over $500 million for. Yeah, $275 million to the FTC and $245 million to refund players that were tricked and duped into paying for things they otherwise wouldn't have.
That's a very big punishment to lose 1 day's worth of revenue. Yeah, they learned from that one.
Obviously, this isn't as bad as what Epic did, but it's the same intention. This would be like if you hit the add to cart button on Amazon and it just purchased it for you and refused a refund. Nope. You click the one button. Nope. You're stuck with it. Blizzard is also refusing refunds, right? This is what they said. Once claimed, a Diablo 4 battle pass cannot be revoked. Customer service is unable to assist with removing or reissuing already claimed passes. Go fuck yourself. The amount of predatory practices in Diablo 4 is so outrageous at this point, I'm surprised Chris Hansen hasn't shown up.
You want to explain?
Who's Chris Hansen? Maybe somebody should tell them they forgot to add a confirmation dialogue. I'm sure they just don't know because they don't purchase anything in their own shop. Yeah, I'm sure they don't know. After, the Battle.net team, the online team, the design team, the lead of the project, product designer, whatever, nobody knows. They accidentally... He has a show where he catches... Oh, I see. Then why should we call him?
Diablo 4 is so outrageous at this point, I'm surprised Chris Hansen hasn't shown up.
You want to explain yourself?
It's not
Oh, because they're being predatory. Okay, I get it.
predatory. You already paid for the battle pass. You just accidentally clicked it. Maybe read the prompts on your screen?
What prompts? I love it, though, because he's defending Blizzard. And actually, every mobile game that I've played, including some of the very predatory monetary system mobile games, they always have people deep in the copium defending the game. And I've probably even done it before. I once played this mobile game. I'm not going to name it, but you could pay $100 to get bonus resources. There's a kingdom. You can be in an alliance together. People can attack you and take you for all you have. You can throw up a shield, that kind of. And I still have trauma from it these days. If I hear a phone alert, which is just a message from family, I still think, am I under attack? Am I under attack? I used to wake up in the middle of the night to build my town. It was so unhealthy addiction. Yeah, you know the genre. It's not the one you're naming, but you know the genre, right? And I defended the $100 purchases because I had to protect my family. I had to protect my alliance. It was the empathetic thing to do. If I wasn't strong enough, I couldn't protect my guild.
Objection!
Not predatory, you say. Accidentally clicked? It shouldn't be possible to misclick something like this.
What's the advantage of buying the pass and not activating it? Well, they bought Deluxe Diablo 4. They paid extra for that. They got that as a benefit alongside some others. And yes, you're right, PoE. By not using it this season, they could save it until next season. So essentially, if they value this season's battle pass at zero value to them emotionally, but they value a future season's battle pass at $10, then essentially accidentally activating it now costs them $10. So that's the problem here. And there was no prompt, so now you've lost it. Of course, Blizzard wants you to use it sooner rather than later, so that later, if you do like a season, you would actually have to spend money on it. That's how they take your credit now.
Yes. That's what the UI designers are for. That's what safeguards are for. Are you sure you want to redeem the battle pass?
Pressing button X dismantles the gear clearly isn't enough to prevent him from doing it. And so we actually ended up adding a safety mechanism that you don't just have to tap a button to dismantle your gear in Destiny, you have to press and hold the button, and the more valuable the piece of gear, the longer you have to hold it to dismantle it.
In their Season of the Malignant blog post, Blizzard says this: if you purchase the Deluxe or Ultimate Edition of Diablo 4 and want to redeem your Battle Pass for this season, navigate to the Season section of the shop and select the option to activate your Battle Pass.
Any linguists in chat? If you say the option, can the option always have a positive response? Like, is this something we can catch them on? Option should sound like it should have a yes and a no as an outcome, no? Not always a yes. Yes, I'm a linguisher. Go on. Okay. Yeah. If you take an option on ordering the barbecue package when the local farmer slaughters a cow, if you take that option now, like, can you choose not to take it when you've already put your booking in? I don't know. The cow's not going to unslaughter itself and walk around again, is it? It is one of the menu options to activate immediately. Yeah, I'm not sure that, him saying it's an option is 100% accurate, but of course it's still completely scummy that there's no prompt.
And select the option to activate your Battle Pass. If it ain't predatory, where's the fucking option? This is one of the scummiest things I've ever seen Blizzard try to pull. But once you start viewing Blizzard's decisions with
you have the option to never misclick. You had the option to have accurate mouse control, but you misclicked. You also have the option to have proper bowel control, but now look at your chair.
Diablo 4 through the lens of maximizing player retention and revenue, then everything falls into place. It all makes sense.
So if you were a product person, you couldn't change the course of that company very much. So who influenced the success of PepsiCo? The sales and marketing people. Therefore, they were the ones that got promoted, and therefore they were the ones that ran the company. It turns out the same thing can happen in technology companies. So the people that can make the company more successful are sales and marketing people. And they end up running the companies. And the product people get driven out of the decision-making forums.
And it's actually such a good explanation. It's so iconic. It was relevant then, and it's still relevant now. Because, and when he says to make the company more successful, it's partially true and it's partially not true, but it's true in the way that matters. Blizzard is making more money now than ever. But nobody would say that their games are better now than 15 years ago. Nobody would say that. And even when you account for the fact that, there are more gamers, therefore the market is bigger, therefore you can make more. So they're not more successful in establishing and cementing the quality of their work or their reputation, but they are financially more successful. And who did that? It's the people that squeeze all the money out of their reputation and squeeze us for all we're worth. Bigger prices on games, live action, automatic purchases without prompts, selling Reforged after over-promising, under-delivering, and then putting Reforged on discount without those things being fixed yet. Warcraft 3 ladder still doesn't work. The ranked doesn't work. It doesn't count your wins and losses. They don't care. They have no pride in their work anymore because everyone that's making the decisions, everyone that has decisions about where money is going to be allocated to, what things cost, none of them have a heart in their chest for games.
And later we find out that they had dramatically slashed the budget for Warcraft 3 Reforged to almost nothing. And it's pretty clear to me that it came from the top, maybe even Kotick directly. They screwed the game that we all wanted to see for money because they thought there was no money in this.
And the companies forget what it means to make great products.
Have you ever thought about adding servers for previous expansions as they were then?
No. And by the way, you don't want to do that either. You think you do, but you don't.
It's sort of the
That looks like a CEO for Blizzard in the making.
product sensibility and the product genius that brought them to that monopolistic position gets rotted out by people running these companies who have no conception of a good product versus a bad product.
We want to use mobile devices as the platform for a new Diablo game.
They have no conception of the craftsmanship that's required to take a good idea and turn it into a good product. And they really have no feeling in their hearts, usually, about wanting to really help the customers.
So my theory is Blizzard knew
their hearts usually.
Diablo 4 fixing bad menu after fans kept accidentally buying Battle Pass. Blizzard will tweak one quirk of the Season 1 Battle Pass following feedback. And this kind of headline, it always... it doesn't tell the world. And by the way, the world isn't listening, right? Some of us are listening. Some of us are watching videos like this. The majority is not. So the world at large, on average, doesn't care. My brother that has 2 children and that may try Diablo 4 once every 4 weekends, he's not going to know, right? Casual gamers, they're not going to know. Overall, people are not going to know. So this kind of headline, Diablo 4 fixing bad menu after fans kept accidentally buying Battle Pass, it really misses the point. And of course, you can't prove it 100%. You can't prove it in a court of law. But you know you can prove it because someone made it that way. And we know with 9,000 people working on Diablo 4, it is not an oversight. It is not incompetent. It was tested to be more effective if you can misclick it. They love it and they know not enough people are going to fight them for it. And that the people individually don't have enough power anyway. And people are going to be wanting to play their cool Diablo 4 atmosphere game anyway.
About wanting to really help the customers.
So my theory is Blizzard knew players weren't going to react well to some of the changes they made in the patch. So to keep some hardcore players invested, they used the dark pattern to trick them into redeeming the battle pass.
Oh shit. Fuck. I was trying to click Season Journey.
Like the first time I got in a Legendary in an internal build, I did this. I accidentally dismantled it because we didn't have any safeguards. And I was so angry. I was ready to go over and punch somebody on the UI team.
Well, I guess I have the fucking battle pass now. God damn it. That is fucking sneaky, dude. That pisses me off so much. I might as well claim all my fucking rewards.
You might as well redeem those rewards. You might as well grind out the rest of the battle pass, cause oopsie doopsie, looks like you redeemed it, fella. Better keep playing Diablo 4. Don't ever stop. Don't ever stop playing this game ever for any reason. Keep playing. Old Blizzard is dead. And if you're like me, it's time you finally realize that.
Well, Blizzard is dead. It is a corpse. It is a corpse being puppeteered by Activision and Bobby Kotick. And it's going to be used as basically a factory to put the Blizzard stamp on things and stoke nostalgia to get sales. And that's it. That's it.
Running out of storage space is an issue that 100% of all Diablo 4.
I would like to point out that it is not the same as a musician that has turned into Breaking Bad. Like if you suddenly found out that your favorite musician that seemed like a pretty good role model has gone the route of Breaking Bad and is now selling illegal things to spread an epidemic, like in the show Breaking Bad, right? And then you're like, oh, I can't enjoy his music anymore. It's not quite the same as that, because Blizzard is a metamorphosing entity. Like, it's a business with individuals in it. And the people that made Warcraft 3, they really did have a beating heart for games and passion. So it's not that I can't enjoy Warcraft 3 anymore, just because too many people that work at Blizzard right now have lost the plot intentionally.
Our players will run into at some point. So naturally, the new season introduces a mandatory item that takes up more inventory space. It exists.
So they didn't have enough space, and gems took up too much space because they couldn't have a gem pouch like in Baldur's Gate and Divinity, or at least in Baldur's Gate. So they come up with another quest item that doesn't stack into one slot.
Exacerbates the issue even further. The Diablo fans have universally praised the presence of malignant hearts in the normal inventory slot. I have not heard a single person criticize this at all. The lack of a gem tab has been universally praised by all Diablo fans.
So you guys remember how people were complaining over the fact that gems took up too much stash space? Blizzard fixed that problem. You want to know how they fixed that problem? I can guarantee you that almost nobody's going to be complaining about bag space because of gems. Because your bags are going to be filled with fucking malignant hearts. Holy crap. But look at...
I like this guy's energy.
this shit. This is like 3 dungeons. I'm not exaggerating. This is 3 malignant dungeons worth of items. Are you kidding me?
If this company gave even a molecule of a shit about the fans, about providing the best experience for those fans, limited stash wouldn't even be something we're talking about. But why? Why is the stash space such a contentious issue? Well, it's the same reason they made teleport cost 2 seconds longer. Blizzard is trying to milk every...
Oh yeah, what was up with that? They had a patch and they made teleporting take 2 seconds extra. What was the reason they gave for that? Isn't that crazy? They didn't give any reason for it. They reverted the change. Right, so they're in this phase where they're constantly doing contrarian, unpopular changes that just suck. And then there's pushback. But they do 14 changes that suck. There'll be pushback on 1 because the community can only muster oxygen to push back on 1 point at the same time, because you think if you give a laundry list of things, then it's just going to get ignored. So you find this 1 point to rally behind, which is just one thing of many, right? It's one thing of many, but it serves as an example. Like, you push back on it, and if Blizzard accepts it, you think, okay, now we can start doing more work because they've accepted our point here. Yeah, and then they can say, see, we listened to the community. They said people were using it to escape danger. Let people escape danger then. Let people play the game out like how they want to play.
Every single microsecond of playtime out of you. The less storage you have, the more time you spend micromanaging your inventory.
Look at my stash. I don't... Okay, whatever. I guess we're supposed to spend even more time fucking around with our stashes.
Blizzard...
I love his despair. You guys said his name is Rurikan. I love his defeated, abused person despair. It's like, oh, well, I guess why do I love it? Well, I recognize it. I have felt like that playing Blizzard games. It feels so strange to play a game where you're actually respected and appreciated, like in Baldur's Gate 3 or Divinity 2. I am so grateful for any scrap that Valve or Larian throws me, because I've gone without eating for so long at Blizzard. I go, oh, thank you. Bone gristle. There was a bit of meat on it still, and it was only chewed by 2 other people and 1 animal. Thank you. I only broke 1 tooth this time. Sick. Jesus, we deserve better, guys.
fucking around with our stashes.
Blizzard, can you just cut the shit? Why are you playing stupid fucking games with me and the rest of the Diablo fan base? Why are you wasting your time trying to trick me and the rest of us into playing this game? Have you ever thought about making a good video game?
What? No.
And the game is so fun, I want to keep playing it? Whoa! Radical concept, bro! That's fucking crazy! People don't play video games because they're fun anymore. What? What is that nonsense? Enough nickel and diming us of our precious time. Just make a good video game. How is this such a radical concept? Quality of life. What does that mean? I have no idea. But now because of Blizzard's dog shit game design, players have to figure out their own workarounds for this. They have to create mule characters.
Item Mule 1, Pack Mule 2, Pack Mule 3, Sigil Mule. Hey, at least they recapture some of that Diablo 2 magic that made us love Diablo 2 so much, huh? Hey, didn't we want them to make the game more like Diablo 2? Well, there you go. And now you're still complaining, ungrateful gamers. Well, we can't do any better unless you buy one more battle pass, and then maybe we have enough resources to make it better.
To hold more inventory. Either that, or you just have to say screw it and get rid of the items you don't want to.
I'm actually to the point where I'm gonna have to start getting rid of perfect powers that are actually valuable. In Diablo 3, when you would complete a season journey, it would give you an extra tab. Can we get 1 or 2 or 10 for completing it, please?
People shouldn't have to ask for a scoreboard in Battlefield games. They shouldn't have to ask for a Slayer playlist in Halo. And they shouldn't have to ask for adequate storage space in a game that is all about collecting fucking loot. And the worst part, this is by design. This is intentional. Blizzard did use its community managers to soak up the sniper bullets fired from upset fans and force those community managers to give some dumbass excuse that is so stupid it would have been better if they completely ignored this and didn't even mention it. When you see another player in-game, you load them and their entire stash filled with all their items. This is no different than when 343 said they couldn't add a Slayer playlist to Halo Infinite because of UI limitations. It's like, but you designed the game this way. You designed these limitations. No other online RPG I've ever played has ever had these issues. How the fuck does RuneScape work? What kind of wizardry is this?
Imagine your wife is pregnant and she's 8 months and 3 weeks in. You then take a 1-month vacation to Africa to rediscover yourself. And then she gets upset you're not there when she gives birth. And you're like, I can't be there because of topographical limitations. What do you want me to do? Teleport? You designed it this way!
My bank? Look at all these slots I have in my bank. How the hell does this game load this for every other player in the server? That is just insane, dude. Tide goes in, tide goes out. You can't explain that. How the hell did you guys get WoW to work? How did you possibly manage that? That is the greatest technical achievement in modern human history. Okay, so he's also...
Hold on. I think we should turn around that proverb, neurogenesis. When it comes to Blizzard, I think it's fair to work under this rule. Never attribute to incompetence what can be accurately explained by being publicly traded.
Saying that if we weren't forced to load other players and their stash inventory, right? Okay, run with me on this. If we weren't forced to do that, we could have a bigger stash. Oh shit. Oh no. What's that? Diablo 4 is an always online video game? Gosh. What a terrible coincidence.
Unlucky.
If only there was a way to make video games playable without an internet connection, but just technology hasn't gotten to that point yet.
I think back of all the Blizzard official LAN tournament events, esports that they themselves funded, that got fucked over because it was an always online experience. Heroes of the Storm, whether you like it or not, was Blizzard's newest game once upon a time in 2015. The MOBA to compete with the others. More casual mayhaps, but yes, still Blizzard's pride and joy. It came with an always online experience, and it still is. Even the devs and esports team themselves didn't have a hacked version of the game that could go offline. This came 3 or 4 years later, because you cannot possibly expect a company of Blizzard's diminutive size to do something as outrageous as making a game available offline, even for private purposes, in anything less than 3 to 4 years. That's just how long it takes. Like it or not, this is what peak gaming development looks like by a quadruple A company. So we had events, Heroes of the Storm LAN events in Germany or USA. They got hijacked over bad internet. Not bad LAN connection, but bad internet. And how embarrassing it must have been to be on the esports Blizzard team and you being, let's say, judged on your work because they're going to be judged for their internal metric. How many viewers did it have? How much budget went to this department for esports? And their event almost fails because it's an always online. Because there was a decision made up there to never make it available offline. Eventually, offline mode came to HOTS, but Blizzard kept it secret. Why? It was a secret. I was a caster. They kept it secret. Why? Like, we're not supposed to talk about it. Because people are going to want to play the game offline. Because the technology is apparently there. And the same thing with Warcraft. Warcraft 3 was playable offline from the year 2002 of Our Lord Jesus Christ, 2002. And in the year 2020, 18 years later, that technology ceased to be there. For 18 years, we enjoyed offline Warcraft 3. And then 18 years later, the technology was no longer there for the small price of $30 for Reforged. Wow, what a bargain. Deprecated features for $30. Sign me up. I did sign up. All right? I drank it up like a cold beer on a summer day. Juicy and tasty. But it was a bitter afterdraft, wasn't it? Afterdraft. So there was an event. Thorzane got scammed. We had a unretired Swedish player called Thorzane, and he played against Moon, the Korean #1 Warcraft 3 worldwide legend. And he was actually, against all odds, able to probably beat Moon soon. But then they lost connection. And it took them quite a long time to reinstate. And no reconnect, right? No reconnect technology isn't there. We all know that. Anyone that's ever played online games knows that reconnect is virtually impossible. So yeah, he was about to win the game, maybe. And then he disconnected and then he lost the rematch. And it took hours to resolve. And it was so funny because the people that were there said that, the Blizzard people are squirming in their chair in the audience.
Hopefully someday. Oh wait, technology has caught up to that point because in the Beelzebub mod for Diablo 1, you get 50 tabs of storage right off the bat. If you can pick it up, you can store it. That's the philosophy Diablo games need to have. The Beelzebub mod apparently was also made by one guy. One guy managed to accomplish what 9,000 people at Blizzard couldn't. This is what team...
So one guy made 50 stash tabs. Feels like W3 Champions, which is a third-party ladder for Warcraft 3 that was made by one guy. One guy, yeah. Blizzard gets one guy a lot. Warcraft didn't have a ladder for 2.5 years. One guy did it. The game flourished because of it. 3 years later, Blizzard did a patch, gave a ladder to Warcraft, and now about 6 to 9 months later, it still doesn't work. It doesn't know how to count your wins. It doesn't know how to count your losses. The one guy legacy continues to prevail and stands sentinel. It stands the test of time over Blizzard.
Teams are working diligently to improve so that we can have more stash ASAP. Gee, if only you guys worked diligently on this in the 6 years of fucking development time you had. Oh man, were you guys snorting coke in the bathroom and stealing the female employee's breast milk again? Huh? Were you doing that? It's too bad there was not a single brain cell amongst the 9,000 employees who worked on Diablo 4, and not one of them thought to bring up the issue of limited storage space in an RPG about collecting loot. Not one. You expect me to believe you hired fucking vegetables to make this game? No. Obviously, that idea is so outlandish, it can't possibly be true. So the real reason the stash is so limited is by intention. And then they say they're gonna try to introduce a gem tab.
I feel like he's making such an important point here, because I always wonder when something very stupid is happening. Is it stupid or is it malicious? And when you actually put the facts down and you stop huffing the Blizzard copium for a second, and don't get me wrong, I'm an ex-Blizzard addict as well. Okay, now I play games voluntarily without addiction. I could stop anytime. Point is, when you stop huffing that Blizzard copium for a second, you realize it is on purpose. It's an important thing to prove.
Tab in later seasons. It's gonna take time. Why are you guys so efficient? Why do you guys work like a well-oiled machine when you're making the game worse? But when it comes to like easy no-brainer fixes, it's like, bro, give me 6 months for that, man. That's a tall order. Gem tab? Are you crazy? We can't just throw that together in 6 years. Come on, man. Maybe buy some items in the store. maybe we'll work faster.
This is something that is clearly obvious, has been addressed since day one. Blizzard saying they know this needs to happen, but now we're saying that a gem tab isn't going to be there until season 2, maybe season 3. Like it just can't take 6 months to add a gem tab. Not when you
Yes, it can.
You have 800 million in revenue, but there's things like this that are just taking too long. I mean, this is 2023. There's thousands of games. You can't take a year to add a gem tab. If you're evolving that slowly, you're dead. You're gone. It's over.
So in my Diablo 4 review, I talked about how dumb and boring the stats and itemization are. Jesus Christ, I did not do it justice. I did not even scratch the tip of the penis on how bad and maliciously designed Diablo 4's loot is. Okay, you want to see how crazy it is?
Wow, that's a lot of words. Too bad I'm not reading them.
Holy fucking shit. Look at all these affixes. This section alone is just for calculating damage. Look at this nonsense. Damage while shapeshifted. Damage while werebear. Damage while...
Isn't it the same thing, these three?
Werewolf. Damage with werebear. Damage with werewolf.
Wait, what's the difference? Damage with werebear? Damage while werebear?
Damage while shapeshifted. Damage while werebear. Damage while...
But isn't this just like, it's bloat? Isn't this just spaghetti bloat? Surely they don't have different values.
A werewolf. Damage with werebear. Damage with werewolf. Hey,
intended bloat? I don't know. Maybe it's just... Yeah. Am I defending them if I say that it might just be incompetent bloat? I don't know.
Genius. How about you simplify all that into one that says damage while shapeshifted? You could do that and it'd work perfectly. Damage versus frozen, damage versus dazed, damage versus immobilized, versus knockdown, stunned, trapped, slowed, tripped. How about damage versus crowd controlled? No, that's too simple, Act Man. This is artificial.
The more affixes you have, the rarer actually good items become. Oh, so it's like Heroes of the Storm loot boxes. You're looking for a new hero that you normally have to buy. You're looking for a new announcer that actually transforms your playing experience. But it's all fucking Lucio sprays graffiti that nobody uses. And a 7th tint of a Lucio spray, and an 8th tint, and a 9th tint.
Complexity at its most obvious and absurd. I have never seen such an asinine method of calculating damage in any other RPG in my lifetime. So the obvious question, once again, why is it designed this way? Well, if you've been paying attention, you should know the answer already. I'll sum it up for you in one Reddit comment. I feel like I spend more time looking at gear than playing. That is mission accomplished by Blizzard. That was their exact intention. That is why there are so many affixes and pointless niche modifiers that you don't give a shit about. So you spend more time looking at the loot, more time grinding gold, so you can spend more time re-rolling those affixes that you actually want. It's no different than what they do with loot boxes. They put a bunch of dumb shit you don't care about in the loot boxes to elevate the stuff you do care about, to dilute the odds. This is not good design. This is not fun. It's not interesting or satisfying. But again, remember what I said. If you try to understand the logic of Blizzard's decisions and approach these things as if they are trying to make a good game, you're going to be confused. None of this is going to make any sense to you because you have the misconception that Blizzard is making Diablo 4 to be a good video game.
So how do you go about actually advancing this season journey? You check out your objectives and you do things like, collect Gallo Vine, craft the chip gem.
Chip gem is like the most useless trash, no? It's like asking someone to craft a floorboard. So why would you have to do that?
You're actually making me go out of my way to craft the gem. Like at this point, you're just telling me, do this thing because I fucking told you to do it, and you're gonna do it because you're a bitch. Because I fucking told you to do it, and you're gonna do it because you're a bitch.
I gotta follow this guy. What was his name again? I don't even play or want to watch Diablo, but I want to watch this guy. What was his name? Rurikon. I'm gonna follow him. It's good delivery. Man, I feel like I just want to talk to him so I can share my pain from Warcraft 3 and StarCraft 2 and HOTS, and he can share his pain from Diablo, and then we'll have a beer together. He doesn't probably even know me, but I feel like it could heal. It could be good therapy. I finally freaking get why I didn't love World of Warcraft that much. I think there's a lot of good in World of Warcraft. Animation team always kicks ass for Blizzard, right? They're like the one okay entity. I think script and story writing and dialogue writing is meh. Quest design, not very good. Dialogue, not very good. Gameplay, sometimes good, sometimes not good. When I look at like the things Blizzard did in the last 10 years, animation is always fantastic, right? But the quests, specifically the quests, when I played World of Warcraft and some other RPGs, I thought I don't like RPGs anymore. Because I played Diablo 1 and I loved it. I played Diablo 2 and I loved it. I played Guild Wars 1 and I loved it. I played Morrowind and Skyrim. And if I go back any further than that, you'll think I'm like 30 plus years old. So I'm not going to go further back than that. But I've played loads of RPGs and generally I thought I am an RPG player. But the last RPGs I played in the last, 5 to 10 years, I thought I don't like them anymore. And why is that? I didn't understand because I don't have enough context. But I'm starting to understand it now because I don't like quests like this. Change your gear's appearance in the wardrobe. Collect 15 who's its or what's its galore. You want a thingamabob? We got 20. Finding waypoints, intersecting with waypoints for travel. These are busybody stuff just to waste your time. Why do they exist? They're not interesting. And I'm so glad that, Daggerfall was amazing. I'm so glad that I found, thanks to you guys, Divinity Original Sin 2. That thanks to you guys, I found Baldur's Gate 3. Because I can be pretty obtuse sometimes. I was alive when Divinity came out, but I didn't play it. What was I doing? Only HOTS. Right? So many great games out there that I didn't know. Eventually, I became more open to try other games, and it's been fantastic. I've never been happier in gaming. And for these games to show that quest design doesn't need to be a mind-numbing drudgery. Yeah, I will try Witcher 3 someday. I hear it's pretty good. I will try it someday. But quest design can be fun! It's not always kill 2 rats and find 2 shrubberies and whatnot. Despite everything that Blizzard could have learned, they still have busybody quests. I get it now, watching this.
Change your gear's appearance at the wardrobe. Why is this an objective? Just go to your wardrobe, change. This is literally just a list of fucking chores, dude.
You have to look at Diablo 4 from the perspective of a morally compromised businessman whose only objective is to keep you playing longer, and they will pull out every dirty trick in the book to achieve that.
Interact with 10 waypoints. Oh, now you know why they purposely removed your waypoints that you had in the Eternal Realm so that they can then make it an objective for you to go back and collect them again. Are you fucking kidding me? And by the way, do remember their original plan was to have you to collect all of the altars of Lilith again? This was their original plan? This is what they had planned?
Well, I didn't...
I saw that from Asmongold clips. He's like, they better not make us collect all of them again when the season begins.
Need 30 damage
They
affixes
are.
to play D2 for 12 years. Don't you think that having a good system will more likely retain players than artificially prolonging the game?
What you say is heresy.
You think you can just make a fun video game and people will play it for no other reason than that? That is not what the data says. That is nonsense. Baldur's Gate 3 and Elden Ring thoroughly disprove this idea. This is why I'm so worked up, okay? Blizzard has zero fucking respect for your time as a player. And therefore, you should give them that same level of respect. Fucking zero. Damage with frost. Damage with cold. Bro. Say psych right now, dude. So with that being said, here's another $1 million question that only people with an IQ of above 160 can get right. Why did the preseason patch nerf damage across the board? So it takes longer. The only question needed to be asked in the campfire chat. Please explain why you believe the game is more fun after the changes than before. Why? Cause shut your fucking mouth. That's why. Shut the fuck up, turn your brain off and keep playing. Don't ever stop playing. Don't ever stop playing Diablo 4 for any—
We want to, obviously acknowledge everyone's feedback in regards to reducing player power. We know it is bad. We know.
I would have more reason to laugh at a funeral of a cat or a dog, a beloved member of the family, than this meeting right here. And I love animals. And the thing is, these guys were thrown under the wolves. I don't know Joe Piora or Joe Shaley, but I know Adam Fletcher kind of. And he seems really cool. He seems like a swell dude. And I'm not just talking about his biceps. But they got thrown under the bus here to speak about these latest changes. It's so bad when you have to come in and say, about your own game, we know it isn't fun.
No, it is not fun.
Can you ask the dev team why they hate me so much, as well as other sorcerers? Again, you see the same type of bewilderment from all the Diablo fans who are under this misconception that Blizzard is trying to make a good video game for them. They can't make sense of why the game is getting worse, more tedious and boring. Some of the nerfs they made are such an oxymoron.
Throw under the bus they created, fully deserving. Is it though? Look, they're doing their job. They're community manager and they do outreach to people like me as well. I communicate with Adam Fletcher, right? That's their job, to outreach. They have no creative control about the game. Of course, they are a part of Blizzard that's doing these perpetrations, but I wouldn't say it's their fault or that they deserve to be thrown under the bus. Not at all. That's like saying, and I know I'm treading on dangerous ice here, but keep in mind, I was naive and optimistic and a big fan of the game. When Warcraft Reforged got announced, I co-announced it. Because guess what? I was excited about a remake of my favorite game of all time. It's like saying I deserve to be thrown under the bus because I didn't control the direction of the game. Again, dangerous ice. Don't do it. Don't throw me. I don't want to be thrown. Don't do it. But just because you're lightly associated with something doesn't mean you did it. And it's pretty hard to know which dev is responsible or which leader. Though the CEO is always the ultimate responsible, right? Bobby Kotick first, then whoever's under him that spearheads Blizzard, then his project managers, and then the persons that actually, pushed for this on the financial side. But it's pretty easy to indemnify the PR department. Like, they should quit their job morally just because D4 is shipping and always not well in Blizzard. Like, I don't know. I don't think you can expect that from people. Product managers, project managers.
And I have trouble believing this is not an inside joke, like an ironic comedy of errors. Cooldown reduction often felt mandatory due to the raw power. We imagine cooldown reduction will remain a highly desirable stat, but the penalty for not prioritizing it won't be as harsh. This stat is highly desirable by every single build, therefore we're making it worse, which in turn makes it even more desirable. This is the path we've chosen instead of buffing other builds. But that's how Diablo 4 has gotten worse. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. I'm gonna be limiting the comments to just 100 comments, so see, because when you click this video, it has to load all the other comments of everybody else who's posted one, so I'm gonna limit that to 100, okay? All right, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, and subscribe to the Act Man for more awesome content. All right, everyone, that's all I got for today. This is the Act Man signing out. Peace.
So stop holding out hope that Blizzard is going to come back. Everyone who founded Blizzard, all the principles that Blizzard was founded on, they're gone or they're dead. They've been desecrated. So let Blizzard go. That's my main message, is let Blizzard go. Appreciate what was created back when it was done, and stop holding out hope that it's going to come back, because it's not.
This entire city must be purged.
Mr. Beast got sued.
This entire city must be purged. And again, you can still enjoy Blizzard games. You can still enjoy them. Especially the ones that were made earlier. But, you know, always not well in Blizz. This entire company must be purged. Hey, maybe it will be. Looks like the Microsoft thing is going to happen. I'm sure it's going to be much better. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Really good video. I'm going to put the link to the video in the pinned comment. See ya. Bye.